Charter Local Edition. I'm Brad Pomerance. Today we are in Lansing, inside the state capitol, and we are joined by Brandt Iden. He is a member of the House of Representatives, and I've followed you for a while, and it's clear to me that one of your most important issues here in the legislature is financial literacy. Why?
Absolutely. Well, kind of a funny brief story.
Please.
Which is, so my background is in rental real estate.
Okay.
And it struck me a number of years ago, I had a lot of college students down in the Kalamazoo area,
Right.
obviously Western Michigan
Sure.
University, a lot of them tenants. And I actually had a tenant write me a check for rent. Took the check down to the bank, check bounced. Next day, NSF fees comes
Sure.
back to me. I go to the tenant and I tell the tenant, I said, look, the check didn't clear.
Right.
I'm not sure what the situation is. And the tenant looked at me and said, Brandt, there are checks in the checkbook.
Oh.
And it was right then and there that I said, we've got to change that mentality. And this is something that, and I get it because of time in the classroom in public education. This isn't being taught, and so I want to make sure that we focus on this because our young people need this knowledge.
You don't know what you don't know.
That's exactly
correct. And that's
correct.
exactly what happened with this young person. I'm
just
sure there
didn't
was
know.
no malintent.
None whatsoever. And they went, they sorted it out, and an hour later, I had a check, but it just took some explaining. And I see that with our young people too these days, even with the ATM cards.
Right.
If the ATM doesn't stay up, they go to
Right.
the store, they scan their debit card, and then they go down to the ATM, pull an additional $20 out, and then all of a sudden the bank
Right.
account's overdrafted,
Right.
and they go, wait a minute, what happened? And it's because it's an information knowledge-based thing that unless they're taught, they don't know.
So one of your colleagues, I know you're a fan of this bill, was able to get a certain piece of legislation passed and signed by the governor. It's known as 4390, lots of numbers,
Yep.
but this is financial literacy, so we could talk about numbers. And it focuses upon an economics course in high school that
correct.
focuses on personal economics. Tell us about that and what the bill does.
Yeah, so one of my colleagues, Representative Jim Tedder, sponsored the bill. I was a co-sponsor of the bill. And basically, it's fantastic. It allows the student to, in order to meet their minimum credits, one of the things that they can take is an econ financial literacy course. And so if the school provides that, you can take that to offset your credit and your time that you need to fill one of your mathematics credits. And I think it's absolutely fantastic. Very excited by it. I think it's the beginning. We need to go a lot further. We need to start down this path of making sure.
But why is it that, I think about my time in high school. I look at my kids who are on the verge of high school. They're learning trigonometry,
right?
But are they learning about ATMs? Are they learning about checking and credit? Sir, my pet peeve is credit cards.
That's right.
You walk onto these college campuses in Kalamazoo, and the credit card companies they're like vultures. And these kids don't realize what they are doing with credit and how it can destroy their ability to buy a home in 5 years.
That's exactly correct. The day you walk onto campus, the first thing you see is a bank, and I don't need to name any names.
Exactly.
And you get a free T-shirt if you sign up, and you get a credit card, and then you can put your pizza on your credit card and all that. And I totally get it. And you're absolutely correct. We're forcing Algebra 2 in our classrooms, and I get that, okay, but there's no basic concept of understanding of just financial literacy and basic math to balance your checkbook, understanding home mortgage payments, car payments, budgeting.
Are these courses, for example, focused on credit? Because honestly, it is amazing to me how credit can really dictate your ability to function.
In life.
Yeah, literally.
In life.
And so are these econ courses focused on credit? Do you know?
I have not seen the specific curriculum as to how that works. One of the things that I also participate a lot in is obviously junior achievement.
And let's go there. Let's go there because you are huge.
I'm a big junior achievement
You are
guy.
so huge on junior achievement that you are sponsoring legislation 4817, 4818 that allows folks to provide a voluntary checkoff on their income tax state refund.
That's right.
Tell me, for those of us that don't know about junior achievement, tell us about it and why it's such a passion of yours.
Yeah, it's first off, that's basically, it comes back to financial literacy. So what we do is we take entrepreneurs, business people, real life, you and I can walk right into the classroom, K through 12, and we can teach a class. And it's a curriculum that is set. It's a guided curriculum that teaches kids in each grade about specific things. One of my favorite programs is in the 5th grade. It's called Our Government. And basically what we do, it's fantastic. We put a big map on the floor. We pass out a bunch of imaginary dollars to kids, like Monopoly money. And then I go around and I say, okay, now it's time to collect taxes because we have to pay for the hospital. Or I'm sorry, we have to pay for the library.
Well, hospital too, Medicaid.
Hospital too,
right.
yeah. And so I go around and I take their money. When you see the look on a child's face when you take their pretend money away from them, but they get it. They start to get those simple concepts. And that's why this is something that I'm so passionate about. I sit on the board in Southwest Michigan for Junior Achievement, and this bill, it will do exactly that. So there's an opportunity on your state income tax return to donate money back to specific charities. They've been on there for years, and what I want to do is I want to give Junior Achievement a chance to be on there, so you can, if you choose to, you can send part of your money to Junior Achievement.
What do you think? I know the bills, I believe they've passed the House. What about your friends in the Senate?
I think it's looking pretty good. We're working on it, and then I just got to twist the governor's arm.
and so why Junior Achievement? What makes that program so valuable in your mind? There are a lot of great programs, and I know Junior Achievement, but give us a sense, what makes this one, part of the bailiwick of financial literacy training?
Absolutely. I think one of the big things is having that real world person in the classroom.
Right.
So when you walk into the classroom and you can say, I work for the state of Michigan, I'm a real estate agent, I'm whatever I am, those kids kind of connect with you and say, okay, this is a real, and the kids love seeing someone that isn't the teacher, it's a new face, they do. And so it's just amazing to interact. Just 1 hour a month, and I absolutely love it. So.
It's not surprising that in addition to being passionate about financial literacy, you're also passionate about workforce development. It all ties in.
It does.
And I believe, did you recently receive an appointment to workforce development?
Yeah, the Governor's Talent, Workforce and Talent Development Committee, and that's a board that we are working on finding new ways, as we move Michigan's economy forward, and as we look to the future, we know that trade skills are a place where we're lacking. When Michigan went through a huge recession that we went through, we lost a lot of these people. We lost a lot of home builders, construction folks, plumbers, pipe fitters, CNC operators, and we need to get back to that. As we continue to grow Michigan's economy, we have to look at that, and that's what this board is really focusing on.
So tell me more about what the board is planning to do, because it's not just, when you think about the recession in Michigan, I mean, the entire country is struggling with the 21st century economy, and jobs that exist today won't when my kids enter the workforce. And there are jobs out there that we don't even know are going to exist, that will be around in the next 5-10 years.
Yeah, that's absolutely correct. So what we're looking at is, we know that not every young person is going to go to college.
Right, and that's okay.
And that's okay.
Right.
And so our board has said we need to be able to cultivate these kids, to educate them and their parents as to the other options that are out there and other things that are available to them, that if you're not necessarily college bound or college ready and you want to go in, you want to work with your hands, you want to work in a field.
But have we turned the corner on what you've just described? Because I feel as if, for a long time, if you weren't college bound, somehow you were defective.
Yeah.
Do we realize that is just not the case, and we need to take care of all our kids?
I wish I could say yes, but I don't think we're there yet.
Okay,
and when I talk about educating, I think it's just as much the kids as it is the parents. When I talk to parents, and so they still say, well, little Johnny, little Susie, they got to go off to college. Not necessarily. And I think that's because there is a misunderstanding of the money that you can really make in the career field.
Indeed.
And once we educate people to that, look, you can have a great life and make a lot of money doing something outside the world of academia, outside of a potentially professional degree. And you could start, by the way, in 24 months. How great is that?
Truly.
No college debt.
Truly.
Fantastic. So that's what we're working on, and I hope to get there.
His name is Brandt Iden. He is a member of the House of Representatives in the great state of Michigan. We are inside the Michigan Capitol today. If you want to watch future or additional episodes of Charter Local Edition, feel free to go to our YouTube page, youtube.com/Charter Local Edition. I'm Brad Pomerance. Thanks for joining us.
Nice job. Yes, thanks.